I'm in Carmarthenshire, West Wales, in the small village of Pencadar. On a hill above the main street stands the old village school, which has been closed since 1989. In 2010, builders Ian and Jayne Hall Edwards paid £170,000 for this sprawling 1-acre site.
All of our friends and family, without exception, think we're absolutely crazy.
Crazy mad. I think we're
taking
nuts.
this on, yeah.
Their plan is to turn it into a new home and a new business as a centre for teaching green and environmentally friendly building technologies, as their existing building company had run into trouble.
When the recession hit, a couple of years ago now, we were doing quite well before that. And overnight we lost about 95% of our contracts, laid off 17 boys. We made a decision that the way forward was the green technologies and the eco-friendly way.
For now, Ian and Jayne are living in a caravan on site from where they've already started work on their restoration project.
What I love about this building is the size of it, the features, the barge boards and all the arches, and just sort of absolutely love the building itself. You know, why it was built 150 years ago to sort of educate the locals, and hopefully now we can bring it back to life and do pretty much the same.
Ian and Jayne were hoping to fund the restoration from a rural development grant. But when that fell through, Ian decided he would do most of the work himself and has raised the money they need bit by bit through other building projects. It's a risky move to go into a restoration without a budget in place. This is a couple who are going to need help every step of the way.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you? This is one hell of a building site. Hi, Jayne. How are you? Nice to meet you. You well?
Yep. Thanks.
This is a big, big project. Ian,
Not really? Not really?
Yeah.
No.
Should we go around and have a look? I want to browse this complex of buildings that you've got here.
The entire school footprint is 5,500 square feet, spread over 5 buildings. At one end is the headmaster's house, which is owned by someone else. Attached to it is the original Victorian assembly hall and 2 classrooms, with an adjoining 1960s extension. The old technical block, also built in the 1960s, completes the site.
Is this bit staying, or is this coming down?
No, that's staying. This was the last part built on the school.
Yeah.
I think it was originally built as an office.
And whereabouts is your house going to be? Where are you actually going to live in this complex?
This area here is going to be the bedroom.
Up on the first floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this has all been rebuilt from scratch down to the ground.
So that's new build?
That's
Well,
new.
it's brand new.
Brand new.
That's amazing.
Everything that came out was going back in. The barge boards were the original barge boards taken down and rubbed back and restored.
With this building near to collapse, they've had to remove large sections of the structure before rebuilding. They've salvaged as many materials as they can. Restoration can sometimes be a painful process.
I mean, you stand here looking at this now and you think, oh my God.
And we've still got this to come down yet. So that's section.
Oh, that lean-to?
No, not
No, that's the only, that's
up
staying.
to the lean-to there.
Up to the lean-to?
Yeah, that bit's got to come down.
So you're taking this down?
Well, it's all leaning and cracked. And I like straight, flat things.
Fair enough.
New, straight, flat. I mean, I got to live here for the rest of my life and I want it right. But I want it to look like it was originally.
Built in 1878, Pencadar School was designed in a Gothic style. This was popular at the time as the imposing architecture was thought to inspire pride in learning. It would have made quite an impression on the poor agricultural community, many of whom lived in much humbler dwellings, often with bare earth floors. The new school had places for 220 children, and all lessons would have been in English, even though everyone spoke Welsh at home. In the old assembly hall, you can still see traces of the fine building it once was, even amongst this scene of total devastation.
You've got to watch where you're working in your mind.
Oh my God, crikey. Look at that.
The dry rot was amazing in this floor.
But you've had to take the roof off and everything.
That one's coming down.
Well, you can see why. Crikey.
Yeah. See the crack in the corner?
This
like that.
particular wall had come away from the roof as well. It had come right out.
I'm just worried about how much you've got to do with the amount of money you've got, because it's big. There's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And it's really, to keep the cost down, you've got to do a lot of work yourself.
And if we do get into more financial difficulty we can handle, we do have a boat we can sell.
It's been a challenge to keep hold of my boat. So you only get one boat, I think, and you must cherish it.
Yes. I've seen, obviously, bad buildings, well, good buildings in a bad state. But this is pretty bad.
But when we bought this, mind, I said to a lot of people, it takes somebody like me or us to buy something like this. Anybody with any sense wouldn't buy it. So you've got to be mad. Otherwise you wouldn't bother. But only the mad succeed.
Just getting to this stage has already cost Ian and Jayne 40 grand. As every penny is going to count on this restoration, one of the ways that they've saved money is by doing the drawings themselves instead of hiring an architect.
Basically, there's kind of 3 sections to the building, really. Teaching, living, and exhibition.
Yes.
Their main entrance leads into a small lobby. Straight ahead is the classroom where students will learn about sustainable building practices and will see examples of the latest eco-technology. There will also be a canteen and an office with a green roof. Back through the lobby and you enter what was the old assembly hall, which will be an exhibition space and a reception room. A staircase leads to their first floor living area, consisting of an open-plan kitchen living room with a balcony and 2 bedrooms with a shared bathroom. As well as displaying green technologies, the entire building will be fitted out with many different energy-saving solutions, ranging from rainwater collection to air source heat systems.
I think the layout that you've got looks absolutely fine. You want a very functional, practical, pragmatic piece of design, and I think you've got it. It seems to work really well. At this stage where you're at, I wouldn't change anything. It's good. You know, what Ian and Jayne are trying to do here is absolutely fantastic. Reusing an old school building to create a centre to learn about the retrofitting of old structures, dragging them into the 21st century. But when you look at the condition of the building, just how bad it is, you need a budget. These guys just haven't got one. I've got no idea how they're going to do it.
Winter has come to West Wales, where builders Ian and Jayne Hall-Edwards are trying to turn a derelict Victorian school into their new home and business. They have no budget to speak of, but luckily perfectionist Ian is happy doing most of the work himself, helped by apprentices and staff from their building firm. The weather has slowed things down a lot, so their temporary caravan could be their home for some time to come. It's been 2 months since I was last here, and I'm keen to find out what progress they've made.
Morning.
Morning.
All systems go.
Yes.
Again, which is a good thing.
Hi.
How are you?
All flat out.
How was the winter?
Cold, wet,
Miserable.
miserable.
And the build kind of slowed right down, did it?
Almost stopped, really. We were doing work as well outside.
Yeah.
So we had work to get on with, earn a few money. Yeah.
Keep the lads busy,
Yeah.
but not really cracking on with this.
No, and then it's been so frustrating because, you know, you come home and you look out the sort of caravan window and there's nothing got done. And then I'm like going, oh, nothing's getting done. I'm going to be living in a caravan for the rest of my life. Blah, blah, you know, suicide. And then it's like, oh, it'll be right, love, it'll be right, love. And then I want to get going, I want to do it because I'm fed up with living in a caravan. And, you know, but then we made a decision, ending January, February, book it off.
The guys are off other projects.
Yeah,
They're going to be on
just
this
working here.
for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing with that, you want to crack on, put the lads on it, you don't want to lose income, and you're pulling them off other projects that brings in the revenue, and you've got to pay their wages at the same time.
Difficult, but I don't tell him. Keep him in the dark.
The real challenge with this restoration is that only once they started work did they discover that all but one of the exterior walls was unstable and would need to be rebuilt from scratch.
This looks really good. I mean, when you think you were up to... were you around here somewhere?
Just a bit lower, I think. We hadn't had the sills on.
This is fantastic. Oh, the sills are beautiful, man. Look at that.
Yeah, these slate.
That's a fantastic bit of slate, that, isn't it?
Welsh.
And so you started all this for the drainage, yeah?
Yeah, that's the sewerage going down there. And then that, what he's digging now,
Yeah.
is that's another rainwater harvesting pipe there.
So you're collecting all the water off all the roof profiles?
Every drop.
Every single drop?
13,000 litre tank.
Crikey. Yeah, all you need now is a roof to actually collect the water on.
The aim is to turn the school into an energy-efficient, carbon-neutral building, where water and heating bills are a thing of the past. So they won't just be teaching green, they'll be living green too.
Bit more! Come on, Wayne! How do you?
Today, the insulation is arriving for the upstairs bedrooms.
That's the stuff I want to see. Yeah, people's reading.
You got it? Oh, here it comes. More rain.
Despite their near non-existent budget, they've gone for the highest spec.
I've never been up here before.
No,
exciting. God, look at that.
Finished bit.
That's great. You're going to pack this out, aren't you? I mean, this is like the NASA of insulation, this stuff is.
I got a funny feeling. I think it was invented.
It was. This was invented by NASA. This is ingenious.
Space
fantastic.
blanket, it's called.
Thin insulation. That layer is a super insulator. What's fantastic is that it reduces the construction thickness of the roof. Gives you a greater sense of space, gives you more headroom.
This is going to be my, it's more of like a French window.
Yeah.
With a Juliet balcony.
Very smart. It's quite romantic, that, for you, isn't it?
This is what I was thinking of. Bed there, yeah, lovely summer's morning, if it's such thing, you know, sort of French doors open, sort of net flapping in the wind.
I didn't realise you were such a romantic. I'm sure.
Neither did you, Ed?
Ian and Jayne are committed to the highest standards of restoration. But the scale and condition of the old building is overwhelming.
If you look at this wall finish, this is a really hard cement mix. It's not a soft plaster. And to show you how bad the building is, look. That's how wet and damp and soaking this is. Look at that, that's just full of water. Look at it, just crumbling away like cottage cheese.
Ian may be doing most of the physical work, but Jayne is in charge of the money. And it's her almost impossible task to balance the books on their building business and keep the project moving forward.
On most jobs, normal jobs, you'd have a budget. You'd set yourself a time scale. You know you'd have that money in the bank, whether it's mortgage money or money that you'd saved up, and you plan according to that budget. You haven't actually got a budget, have you?
No. Well, at the original, when we bought the project, we were going in for a grant, which fell through. We were going in for large extension on the mortgage, which fell through. It worked out we were having roughly about 300,000 with the loan and the grant, which has gone from 300,000 to nothing. So it's scary.
As Ian and Jayne brace themselves for the challenges that this unfinanced restoration will bring, I've been finding out more about the history of the building. Before the school was built in 1870, opportunities for education in Pencadder were restricted to Sunday school or a small room attached to the local chapel, with space for only 60 children. This lack of provision was mirrored all over the country. But in 1870, a new law was passed. The Elementary Education Act entitled every child between the ages of 5 and 10 to go to school, and marked the start of state education as we know it. The next 10 years saw 4,000 schools being built all over Britain, and Pencadder was one of them. Opening a school was one thing, but convincing a poor rural community to send their children there was another. I've come to Dead Street School in Hertfordshire, which has been preserved to look as it did in Victorian times.
What a space, eh?
and I'm joined by Jane Humphreys, Professor of History at Oxford University.
So, Jane, I managed to dig out some of the kind of original log from the headmaster of Pencadder.
Yes.
And I think it just proves how difficult it was for him just to get the numbers that he might have expected to have had. Friday, July the 19th. This week, more than usual, many pupils were in the habit of leaving school during recreation time at 11 for the sake of attending to home duties.
Well, this is the summer, so I'm sure they are being used in agricultural labour at this point. So potato picking, working in the fields. Girls were often kept at home to deal with needs of the family. So every time Mum had a new baby, the oldest daughter would be kept off school to be mother's helper.
It even says we might as well close school during the whole of July and August.
And that's what we've inherited. That's why we have those long summer holidays for our schools today. We inherited that from a previous time when children did go off and help with the harvest.
For the children of Pencadder, going to school would have been a very alien and not altogether welcome experience.
Well, this is a galleried classroom. This allows the teacher to be able to see what's going on there at the back of the form.
Yeah, there's no hiding in this space, is there?
Dead Street School keeps a large collection of Victorian memorabilia, items that those first school children in Pencadder would have been very familiar with.
Well, this shows you how the Victorians were very fond of giving out medals, as well as this kind of nice incentive. I'm afraid these schools also had sticks as well as carrots. And here's the cane.
God, and I'll tell you what, I bet that was a pretty painful...
Ooh.
Even that hurts.
And believe me, it was wielded quite often and quite energetically. In Pencadder, there's another dimension to this because many of the children would be Welsh speakers at home. They were taught in English and the Welsh was very much discouraged, in fact, discouraged, backed up by a kind of violent regime. So the children had a little board that was called the Welsh Knot because it said Welsh Knot. And it was hung round the necks of any child who was heard to be speaking Welsh. And the last child to be wearing the Welsh knot, I'm afraid, was caned before they went home. So, yes, it was a public humiliation.
Back in Pencadder, at last the sun is shining. To take advantage of the good weather, Ian has mustered all his manpower on site, where they're finally getting round to demolishing the leaning wall of the old assembly hall. It's been 3 months since I was last at the school, and for the first time, I can see real signs of progress.
Morning, mate, how are you? You all right?
Yeah, a bit of a cold.
Oh, you're a bit under the weather today?
Yeah.
That's typical, isn't it? Just as the weather changes and the sun comes out,
You
get ill.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed a for sale sign up on this house. That's the main one on the front that you're connected to. It would save you a lot of hassle to have it, wouldn't it?
Well, we offered him 70 grand and he accepted and we were going through and then we had a mortgage. The mortgage guy came up, looked at it and he said, I'm not even going to value it. He said, because it's structurally unsound.
It's unmortgageable, so you couldn't get the finance on it.
But some woman at the road bought it for cash because she wanted it. It's a bit of a shame, but hey-ho. All meant to be used.
This looks magic. Really good.
At the front, things are coming along nicely.
Well, this looks like a bomb's gone off. Crikey.
When we go through to the old assembly hall, I'm reminded how much work they've got ahead of them and how ambitious this restoration really is.
How the hell are you doing the build and doing other building work off-site to keep the money coming in and get a new business venture going? How are you doing it? I mean, there's not enough hours in a day, surely.
No, all right. You just go to bed, you get up and just carry on, don't you? And I went to the doctor the other day and he said, oh, calm down, you know, just do sort of 6 days instead of 7.
Don't make yourself ill, mate. I mean, seriously, you don't kill yourself.
We'll get there, man, George.
Come on.
Money, or the lack of it, has been a constant worry on this project. When they started, they couldn't get financial backing because of the recession. So far, they've been able to scrape by doing the building work. But a green technology centre needs lots of green ecological kit, and that's expensive. The latest estimate is an eye-watering £130,000, and with no other options available to them, they've had to apply for another grant from the Welsh Assembly, which will require a matching loan.
I mean, I'll be brutally honest with you. I mean, I think what you're doing here is fantastic. You know, the standard of the build is brilliant, the idea for the business, the training, the ecological side. But the two of you are really pushing it, aren't you?
We know we're trying for this one grant now, but who knows? We've been let down so many times before.
Do you ever think that you wish you'd never taken this on in the first place?
Oh, God, yes.
Do you?
Yes. But if we walk away from this now, we'll go bankrupt and owe everybody money. You know, it's a half-built project. The amount of money that we've put in this, we wouldn't even get half back. We actually do love the building. We love the build. We love the area. We love everything about it. It's just the pressure.
Doing a restoration of this scale and quality, with no budget to fall back on, takes superhuman levels of energy and commitment. Ian and Jayne's refusal to compromise on the standard of their vision is great for the build, but I'm worried that the project may never finish.
They've put everything into this project. I just hope to God that it pays off.
In West Wales, Ian and Jayne's restoration of a ruined Victorian school is now into its second year. So far, they've spent £60,000, every penny of which they've had to go out and earn through other building work. They do have one resource available to them, Ian's cherished boat, which could be worth up to £60,000. Selling it would allow them to buy much-needed building materials, but right now they can't quite bring themselves to part with this final reminder of their former life.
Time is gone, money's gone, everything's gone. So it's just sat there, rotting away.
It's been 2 months since I was last in Pencadder.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning.
How are you?
Okay.
All the
good?
weather's gone rubbish again.
You brought it with you?
It's always my fault. Always my fault. It's good to see you.
Morning.
You all right? That looks absolutely brilliant. The brickwork looks amazing up on that gable end, that elevation, and you've got the roof starting to go on. How are you feeling about it all?
No different than the last time, really. Everything's going all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, just money.
We did pick up some work since you were here last time,
Yeah.
which have covered all the bills. And we just had the first payment of it now to just run to Ian. We've got money in the account.
You got some money in?
We're not on a minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time for a very long time.
It's great that they've got some money in the bank at last. Psychologically, it's a real boost for them to start rebuilding that last exterior wall. But this piecemeal earn-as-you-go approach won't cover the expensive eco-items they need, like the heating systems and solar panels. For those, they've applied for a grant from the Welsh Assembly.
When did you hear about the grant?
I telephoned them yesterday and they had just given the same speech to everybody. They'll hear by the end of September.
Right.
Which is a long time.
You're kind of treading water, though, at the minute, aren't you?
We sink regular. Don't just tread water.
I don't doubt the plan. I don't doubt the ambition. I don't doubt
Well,
the business venture.
day to day is whether we can eat or not. It's down to that fine, whether we can eat. I mean, all the bills get paid, 'cause that's priority, and the wages get paid, but whether we can eat is another matter.
I mean, that's a huge...
But I'm on healthy eating anyway. So I don't eat as much.
Yeah, it's good for the diet, mate. Keeps the weight off.
Look how much I've wasted away.
Just keep working and don't eat and pay the bills and it'll all be fine.
Good.
They might be cash poor, but they're not lacking in passion for this huge restoration project, or the skills needed to get it done. Ian is single-handedly restoring all 19 of the large Victorian windows. He's using the old technical block as a makeshift workshop.
As you can see now, some of it is totally rotten. I mean, that ain't going to go back on. So we'd have to renew that bit.
Each window needs to be taken apart and assessed for damage.
Come to Daddy.
The areas of rotten timber will be removed and carefully replaced with new.
Some of them, some of them, you know, I'm lucky to get one piece out of them. The other ones, then, I, you know, managed to save the entire window.
Look at all the damp that's got in that timber.
Over 100 years of accumulated paint needs to be stripped back to reveal the original timber. Once completed, each restored window will be fitted with new panes of high-spec glass and new ironmongery.
If you were going to do this from scratch, this would be...
40 grand I got priced for
I was just about to say £2 a window.
And that was without the glass.
What?
And I bought that timber over there for, I think it was about 3.5 grand.
That's a bargain.
It is a bargain.
The quality of work and attention to detail on this restoration is extraordinary. But because of the financial pressure, Ian and Jayne are feeling low. The school may have been closed for the past 2 decades, but there are still plenty of people in the village who can remember when it was at the heart of the community. I've organised a reunion which will bring together teachers and pupils from the past 70 years to share their memories of life in Pencada. It's also a perfect opportunity for Ian and Jayne to meet them and explain their plans for this next chapter in the school's history.
That's the office bit, and then the green roof on there.
Eric Evans, teacher.
My first job in teaching. That's the school, that's the school building.
Yeah.
The school is a fantastic place, you know, that's all I got is good memories of it. It's always, everything is positive. You know, the kids were absolutely superb, and well, the buzz I get from today, you know, 40 years on, is unbelievable.
I even managed to meet some of the last people to pass through the school gates.
I remember sitting in a classroom one day and something fell from the ceiling. So I think the building was having problems then, really, and I think that's when it was. I think the new school was being built at the time, but I think the building was.
It was in ruins.
It was, yeah.
On its last legs with you two in there. And what do you think about the restoration project that's happening up there?
I wish I'd bought it.
Yeah, do you?
Everyone seems to have a great affection for the building.
Cheese! Cheese! Big wave! I'll put that on Crime Watch later.
And the overwhelming feeling is that they're delighted it's been saved, and more importantly, that it's going to have a new role in educating and providing work for local people for years to come.
I mean, does it kind of bring it home to you how important the building is for the community?
I've never seen it like that until today. Today you said, well, you're doing something for other people. You're not just renovating the school. You're sort of rebuilding something for the community, something that people had memories of, and restoring it. Because without us, that place would have fell down. So,
Soon.
yeah. I might have to put a little bit more effort into it now.
Back on site, work is beginning on the small 1960s extension.
In the mixer was.
Instead of insulating from the inside, the panels have been fixed externally. And today's specialist plasterer is applying a silicon render. Three layers reinforced with mesh will form a tough waterproof exterior that doesn't need painting when it's finished.
If you're going to insulate the inside of somebody's house, it's very invasive. Whereas turn up to somebody's house, do this, there's no disruption to their life. And it's a nice finish when it's done. The cost of running this is going to be zero. We've got to do it to show people, which is what we're trying to do here.
It's September, and the deadline for the Welsh Assembly grant has passed, but the outcome is still unclear.
Morning.
Morning.
It's good to see you. How are you? You all right?
If they can't raise the cash for the school's eco-kit, their business model could fail.
Why don't you sell the boat? Why don't you just flog it?
We are.
You're going to sell the boat? Because you didn't want to originally,
No,
did you?
it was my last bastion. So the house went, the bike haven't moved for over a year, the car's knackered. So, and now the boat's got to go. So.
How much will you get for the boat, do you think?
We've had a little luck, and if we go for a quick sale, we should get about 60, 65.
I come to terms that, you know, I'm here mostly 365 days a year, I might spend a couple of days on it. And then he sat there doing nothing and thought, well, let's get this done.
Selling their boat for anything approaching £60,000 would make a huge difference to the pace of this build. but they still need that grant of £67,000 to be able to afford all the green technologies to launch their new business. So while they're waiting to hear, they're continuing to focus on keeping money coming in through their building company and doing what they can on site. Six weeks later, it's an important day for Ian and Jayne.
Yay!
After nearly 3 years of living in a caravan, they're finally waving it goodbye and relocating it to the local holiday park.
And don't get me wrong, nice caravan, lovely caravan. You know, we wouldn't have survived this long without it. But, yeah, ta-da.
It's been a year since I first came to Pencada's school. And for Ian and Jayne, it's been a financial and emotional roller coaster trying to convert the school into both a home and an ecological building centre. When I was here last, the whole future of this restoration was hanging in the balance while they waited to hear if they'd been awarded a government grant.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
There are a lot of people working on site today, which could be a good sign.
So, any news about the grant?
We have the grant.
You've got it.
We do.
That's brilliant news.
It is. Good.
news.
I mean, this means you can finish it, doesn't it? You can get on and get it done.
It means we can buy out technologies, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about opening the eco-centre, it's about having the technologies and being carbon neutral.
It's really turned a corner.
It's great, and we just got to sort of get a plan of action together now, which is what we are in the middle of doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's all good.
And the other thing that gives me great hope, the caravan's gone.
Yay!
So where are you sleeping now?
In the house.
We bought the house, attached.
You've bought that house out the front?
Bought the house.
Yes.
You're kidding me?
No.
Their escape from the caravan has come thanks to their daughter and son-in-law who have lent them the money to buy the headmaster's house, which thankfully means they now not only own the entire site, but they can live more comfortably while completing the build.
I thought that opportunity was long gone.
The person that owned it pulled out because it just wasn't progressing.
Right,
So they
okay.
rang us up and said, would you buy it?
Made it for 15, Ian.
You are joking me.
No, I am not.
You bought that bloody house for 50 grand.
Yeah,
That's a steal.
it is.
Should we go around and have a look at the side of all the work?
Yeah.
After months of disappointments and real hardship, Ian and Jayne are at last getting the look that they deserve. And even though there's still a long way to go, it feels like the future of the school is finally secure. When they first started this restoration, the building was in such a terrible state that most people wouldn't have gone near it. But slowly, brick by brick, Ian and Jayne are bringing about an almost miraculous transformation. Some areas which were completely demolished have had to be completely rebuilt. But through sheer force and determination, Pencada School is rising from the rubble.
I mean, the work that's gone in to all that brick detailing and all the stone and the brick arches is magic. And you've got that wall up. Look at that. It's all there.
I know.
And it's flat.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. I know you wanted to be further on, but it takes as long as it takes.
Correct.
You know, with all the pressure you've been under with the money. I'm amazed that you've even reached this stage, to be honest with you.
Well, if you think about it ironically, everything we're looking at today, we did in our spare time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we worked flat out.
Yeah.
And then when we've had 5 minutes, then time we've been doing this. So this has been done in our spare time. So, and it's going to be amazing when it's done.
It will be.
In the parts that are finished, the original character of the old school is once again visible in all its Gothic Victorian glory. Inside, the rooms that will be used for the training centre are still taking shape. But with the grant and the money they'll hopefully get from selling their boats, they'll now have enough to finish them to the same high standard as the rest of the build. Upstairs in their private living space, what will be their kitchen living room is in a similar unfinished state. But their bathroom is plumbed in and their bedroom is almost complete.
There's paint on the walls. That's great.
Window.
Is that one of the refurbished windows? That is actually amazing. If you brought someone in who hadn't actually seen the work that you'd put in on restoring the old ones, I think they would think they were new windows. I mean, honestly, this is like a lesson in recycling and restoring an old building.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I'm telling you, the standard of the craftsmanship. Everywhere, it's top spec stuff, but it's all restored as well. The passion, really, and dedication behind it. If you carry on at that level, it'll be an amazing project when it's finished.
Nice to hear.
Pencader School has been one of the most stressful restoration projects I've ever seen. And it's only Ian and Jayne's endurance and drive that's got them this far. After 3 years of struggle, the government funding finally gives them the backing they need to complete their vision for the building. And I can't wait to come back for this restoration's final chapter. In West Wales, Ian and Jayne's restoration of Pencader School has gathered new momentum, as their £67,000 grant from the Welsh Assembly has finally come through. In addition, their bank has matched the funds, which gives them the money they need to buy and install the top-spec eco-technologies that their new dream home and business will showcase. At the heart of this is an innovative £100,000 renewable heating system.
At this peak on a nice day like today, where it's cool and the sun's out, it's producing probably eight-ish, maybe 10 kilowatts. I'm only using one, so the rest of it's been sold back to the grid. Come on, last panel. I mean, I did a quick calculation the other day. Over the 20 years, I was getting £83,000 back. There's no gas, no oil, no coal, because it's just, well, that big yellow thing up over there. And that is a ta-da moment. All the panels finally on and connected.
Even with Ian and Jayne's years of building experience, the scale and ambition of this restoration project is unbelievable. Saving Pencader School from collapse has been an epic struggle. A year after my last visit, I'm back to see if the couple have finally secured its future.
I can't believe it. I'm in a state of shock. Look at it, all homely, and you're looking all smart without your building gear on. Nice to see you. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this is looking incredible, mate.
4 years of hard work.
It looks absolutely brilliant. Windows in, doors in, balcony on, all your technology up at the top. It looks like a home for the first time ever. That big pile of stuff you had over there has now become a piece of architecture over there.
When I first visited 2 years ago, closed for 20 years and full of dry rot, this imposing piece of Victorian architecture was a crumbling shell. Ian and Jayne have now completely rebuilt all but one of the school's original Gothic facades and brought the restored structure into the 21st century by kitting it out with the latest green technologies.
It's not just a restoration project, I mean, this is like a new build, practically, when you think how much you took down and how much you've rebuilt again. Well, I think what you've achieved is just unbelievable, actually.
We're getting here.
Should we go inside, have a look? Come on, lead the way. Look at all your garden, look at how smart it is. Look at that. It's a proper house. Lovely fire in the corner. Look at the light coming through those windows as well. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Awesome, the windows.
They look fantastic. And I love the way that you've kept the exposed bit of brickwork in between.
Yes.
You've got a proper living room for the first time in years.
Yes, a bit bigger than the caravan.
Adjoining the lounge is a bathroom. Its timber wall panelling was reclaimed from the 19th century assembly hall next door. With water heated by a combination of solar, air and natural sources, and the toilet flushed by collected rainwater, it's designed to be sustainable on every level.
It looks great, doesn't it? It's actually come up really well.
It is really nice.
Upstairs, the former double-height classroom has a mezzanine level with a living and dining room. The couple's principles have always been more important than the pace of the project. Every possible piece of the school's 130-year-old timber has been carefully recycled, from the structural oak beams to Ian's skillfully restored windows.
But it's all part of the ethos of this building, isn't it? It's not just about the technology and the gadgets, and it's not just about the insulation. It's about reusing, salvaging as much as you possibly can. Don't waste anything.
And then when it's done, try not to waste energy from there on in as well.
Yeah. So through to the bedrooms. Oh, that's really nice. Very small double bedroom in there.
Yeah.
And your master bedroom suite.
And he promised me the romantic with all the blinds.
He
and
did,
yeah,
look
remember?
at all that.
Not being romantic in the bedroom.
The net.
The
yeah,
net
yeah,
curtains.
but you said.
Swishing in the wind.
And the beauty of the net curtains.
I'm still waiting for the romance.
Something else is new.
Go on.
We have a green roof.
The birds and the bees and all the butterflies and the flowers that come on are brilliant.
Since my first visit, the school's 1960s extension has become Ian and Jayne's new office. It models 2 energy-saving insulation techniques that can be easily retrofitted: an external render and a sedum and meadow roof.
It just adds to the layers of what you're trying to teach people here, isn't it? You could have easily knocked that down, but instead you've gone, no, we'll keep it and we'll show how you can take a post-war structure that's actually quite ugly and make it really nice. You actually have.
25 years after Pencadder School closed its doors, it will soon be a hub of learning once more. 80% of the building will be dedicated to teaching green building techniques, and the team of apprentices are applying the finishing touches to the training areas.
So this is the classroom.
It is.
It
The hub of all the education of flooring and underfloor heating. You've basically got every single type, haven't you? It's really good.
And the idea is people could come in here, take their shoes off, and they can sort of stand on the floor.
Yeah.
And then they could feel the difference that it would make having the different types of flooring. Oh, I want wood. Oh, no, I want tile. Oh, I like tile. But what if I was to do it upstairs? Will you say, we'll stand by here? Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I think it's brilliant. It's a really good demonstration room. You know, you're just reinventing the school into something absolutely new. It's brilliant.
After 4 years of financial juggling, Ian and Jayne have not only rescued this locally cherished building from the brink, but they've proved that any restored historic building can be retrofitted and made sustainable. And that's something to celebrate.
I can't believe we're actually standing in here. You have to pinch yourself a little bit and think, you have actually done it. It's great, isn't it?
Very strange.
Honestly, you've done a brilliant job. I'm super impressed. Cheers, everyone. Well done for all your hard work.
Diolch yn fawr.
I've got a tiny little present for you.
Ooh, presents. We like presents.
Tiny little present for you. It's the Welsh alphabet. It's from 1900 from a Welsh school.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah? You've got to have a sheep one in there, haven't you?
Thank you, George.
But only the mad succeed, is what you said.
It's true.
That was the line.
You don't come up madder than us, do they?
No, we're not mad.
Over the last 4 years, Ian and Jayne have sacrificed absolutely everything. All of their money, all of their time, their entire social life to restore this building. And the financial fight has been nothing short of staggering. Every time they've been knocked to the ground, they've picked themselves up and battled on. They've now not only got themselves a beautiful new home, but they've also recycled a drafty old school into a really innovative training centre that will hopefully teach thousands of people about sustainable building for many years to come.